Okay, we are up. This is everybody. Welcome to the first week of the Outcast or Doe Dark Heresy first edition campaign. I will be the game master for this campaign, and please bear with me. This is the first time I've ever DM'd. Shrag will be joining us, so I have someone to kill repeatedly. Ryan will be joining us also, and so will Andre, who's falling off the frame in Canada.
Sorry.
We're going to start off with a little bit of an introduction of each of the characters this week, and might get to see some combat and kind of play with the mechanics a bit. So let's start with Mr. Eli. So
okay.
Eli, let's tell us about your character. So where did your character grow up?
My character grew up, and I think I even got a name for it.
This would be this home world.
I am Voidborn.
Voidborn. So for anybody new to Dark Heresy, Voidborn means he was actually born in space and grew up on ships, various ships. Could be space hulks, could be any number of things. Actually, you have a specific ship.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find right now. I thought I had it right here, but it's not right there. Okay, it was on this page. I've got all the... it was the Space Hulk, if I remember right, wasn't it? But I can't find it. What the heck do I do with it?
Well, it's a Space Hulk now.
It's a Space Hulk now.
Okay, so you're... Yeah, that's right. You're a Space Hulk. I remember that. So you come from a Space Hulk. So as a Voidborn, you have some interesting characteristics that you have just because you've grown up in lower gravity. Do you remember what those are?
I am taller and more lanky than usual.
Right.
My skin is nearly transparent. Is that? Oh yeah, I've got a porcelain skin color.
Yeah. So you're kind of a little weird looking to the rest of, I guess, human society, born on planets, stuff like that. You're totally normal looking to any other Voidborn.
Right.
Did you have a name for your ship?
It's probably wherever the ship went.
Okay, so we might come back with...
We'll have to come back to that. So I can't remember where I put that.
Okay, so you're Voidborn, and you are... What career choice?
I am an Imperial Psyker.
So you're an Imperial Psyker. So you're basically one of the magic users in this game system, correct?
Correct.
You have an interesting mechanic, which hopefully we'll get to see tonight, that causes you to, the way you use your spells. You also have some pretty crazy side effects.
Yes,
that can go
I do.
Horribly wrong, depending on if you fail a Psyker spell cast. What's the worst one that you've seen?
The very worst one, if I get the same number twice in a row, what, double nines, isn't it?
I think if you roll basically critical fails twice,
I am sucked up and I disappear forever.
You're sucked into the warp and no longer exist. Yeah.
Unless I pull a fate point and yell psych.
Yes, actually, fate points are something we might discuss.
But if I do that, I will be yelling psych, since I am a psyker, you know.
Nice. Okay, so you've gone through the whole character process and you've leveled up quite a bit, or gone through that whole process. So you ended up with how many hit points? Or wounds in this system, I should say?
In this system, I have 8 wounds.
8 wounds. So basically that's how much damage you can take before really bad stuff starts happening to you. And anybody who's watching, bear with me. I've read the rulebook a couple hundred times and it's still, I'm going to screw stuff up. So get over it now.
We're all in the same boat too, so we're learning together.
Or help out.
Yeah, or help out. That's good too.
How about, yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff where it's like, you know what, we did it that way, and that's just the way this campaign's going to be. So you also have, you talked about fate points. How many fate points did you roll?
That's fatigue. 2. I have 2 fate points.
So you didn't do so well in the fate points. 2 out of a maximum of 3 that you could have had with your Voidborn character. But basically what fate points lets you do is you get to re-roll a skill check and you get to use a fate point. Your fate points refresh at the beginning of every session. If something really horrendous happens, you can burn a fate point, which means you lose the ability to gain that. Like, it doesn't refresh at every session, and so you're at 2. If you burnt one, you'd be down to 1. And you can undo basically death if you're going to die.
Oh. We get mulligans.
Basically, yeah. And that's part of this world is really brutal, for lack of a...
So do we get, like, do we start the next session with 2 if we burned 1?
No, if you burn it, it's gone forever.
Okay.
Do you gain more?
Yes, you can gain more through exceptional feats almost. It's at the GM's discretion.
Okay.
So,
interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
Like some of the crazy stuff, if anybody's watched in the regular Outcast Order campaign, some of the crazy RP moments and just inventive tactics could qualify for extra fate points to be added to a character.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Okay, what else?
Usually I just mutate you.
Yeah.
So a horrible
Sherry
red
mutates,
wings.
and we get to undo death. That's all boring. So equipment. So what exactly does your dude look like right now? What is he wearing for his general outfit?
All right, for my general outfit, over here on gear, I'm carrying an axe. Imagine it's a one-handed, so it's a hatchet. That's cool. I've got a stick. I have a compact las pistol. That's probably going to be tucked in right here. A Psyker Mercy Blade, which I'm still a little confused on what that looks like, but not any good knife. It's probably up my sleeve.
Yeah, I think it's an ornate dagger, kind of a religious element to it almost. Awesome.
I have a tattered robe, and over that is a quilted vest. Inside my vest is hidden my las cutter that I will be using, and my Psyfocus, which is a pair of dice that I carry.
Interesting. Okay, cool. There's a couple more things we need to do, but before then, let's go through the same thing with Nicodemus, played by Ryan. So, where is Nicodemus from?
He's an Imperial world, and specifically an Agri world, I believe.
So he grew up in a world that was responsible for producing the food for a number of other Imperial worlds?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember because I, again, also might have changed that and wrote it down somewhere, but I'll let you know. I think I did change it only because I am playing an assassin.
Okay.
And
so your career choice is an assassin.
yeah, and I started in a gang, I guess.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I came from. I guess there's more to that, because I guess you're going to get to that point at a different point. What else do I need to let you know of?
So you're from an imperial world. So as far as like
Find that.
physical characteristics, you're pretty normal looking.
Yep. Pretty average looking.
Okay. How many wounds do you have?
I have 13.
That's a nice roll.
Yep.
And how did you do for fate points?
Not too good. 2.
2. Okay, so 2 out of the maximum of 3 that you could have got. So that's still not horrible.
It's not horrible. I did a medium roll, but yeah, you needed to hit like near perfect to get a 3 for an Imperial world-born person.
Okay, and what is your character? What is he wearing? What does he look like?
We had a good laugh about this. He's wearing a black body glove.
Nice.
He's got a hunting rifle. And around me is a flak cloak. So I'm kind of like concealed in my black body glove. So if you do actually see my nice like skin tight suit, it's concealed inside my cloak.
So you're doing your best Catwoman impersonation with a cape, right?
No, the cloak is like a head covering thing too. So it's
Okay.
Cannot be unseen.
Then you're doing the,
I'm hiding my black body glove as best I can, is what it is. Catwoman impression, yeah, that's definitely what's going on, but trying to hide it.
After stealing a cape.
Yeah, that's actually what I
Body
purchased.
massage machine. Go.
Body massage.
Body massage.
okay, we'll come back to you in a second. Reparo, played by Andre. You are also Voidborn, I
Was
believe?
I? Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you're
I
kind
am
of
Wayborn. I am a tech priest.
your choice of a tech.
Reparo Victus.
Reparo Victus. Okay. So you spent all your life on a ship also. What kind of ship was yours?
It was the military ship. I can't remember what they're called, but maybe the big badass ones. We're in charge of hunting down heretic artifacts, basically, to destroy them.
Cool.
I don't have the name of the ship with me. I have it written down on my regular system. Unfortunately, it's not here.
Cool. I'm just trying to find. I had a list of your ships here.
Yeah, unless you have it here. Unless you have it there.
It's just a plain old warship. So you're used to
Warship.
crash and thunder of battle, guns, walking around, military personnel. That's just kind of your normal daily life.
Yep, born and raised on a military ship. Sort of a man of regulation and protocol.
And you have how many wounds?
That's my HP, I believe, right?
Yep.
9.
9, okay. And how many fate points did you manage to get?
3.
3. Oh, so you got the best fate points. Nice. There's a bunch of other stats that we're kind of glazing over, like movement and all this other kind of stuff, which will make more sense once we use it in combat. So that's kind of the introduction to what the characters look like. Now, you guys, so your normal careers are that of a psyker, and an assassin. It's a nice career choice, and a tech priest until one day you received orders from the Inquisitor. So in the last couple of weeks, you received official documentation advising you that you've been conscripted into the service of Inquisitor Ragul Saturnius Ovidius of the Adeptus Arbitraeus. Yeah, write that shit down.
Excuse me, say that again.
Ragul, Inquisitor Ragul Saturnus Orvitus
Is it okay if we just call him Inquisitor or refer to him as Inquisitor? Would we really know his name, or how does that work?
You do. He signs everything very officially, and you don't know if he has a preference for his name.
You say
Okay.
Orvitus?
Orvitus, O-R-apostrophe V-I-T-U-S.
Orvis, okay.
Inquisitor Regulus Saturnius Orvitus?
Regulus Saturnius Orvitus.
Okay.
Now, you're not certain, but you have an idea. In the last, there's been a recent event that's caused him to take interest of you. In this documentation you receive, it advises you that you're to receive your training on the planet of Satilla, and the ship called the Black Comet will arrive at your...
Satilla?
Satilla, yeah. Yeah. Scintilla, and the Black Comet is the name of the ship that's going to arrive in a few days to pick you up. It'll either dock with your transport to your ship that you're on, or in your case, Nicodemus, it's going to send down a shuttle to pick you up. You board the Black Comet. There's not much exciting happening. The large transport picks you up. And we're going to jump in where you've been traveling on the ship for a number of months. In that time, you've learned that it's captained by the rogue trader Ezra Dek Sakum. You've also discovered that the ship is not on a direct course to Scintilla. It's been stopping at quite a few places, making pickups of cargo and passengers. You've been assigned into a bunk with the crew, the regular crew. The ship.
What was the captain's name? Sorry.
Yeah, Ezra Dek Sakum.
Dek Sakum?
Yeah, D-E-K Sakum, S-A-Y-K-I-M. So you're bunking with the regular crew members. They're respectful, but for the most part, they actually just ignore you. You stay out of their way, and they stay out of your way. You have an abundance of free time aboard the ship. And in that time, you've been trying to figure out and think of what did you do that made the Inquisitor gain interest in you? So maybe we'll start with Eli. What recent event caused the Inquisitor to become interested in your character?
I had this mapped out too. Dang it, let me see. Oh yeah, I remember now. I happened upon some information that I shouldn't have.
Do you want to elaborate on the information or save that?
I'll save the information I happened upon, but no, it's kind of involved. Basically, I got information as to what are we calling again? We're the Inquisitors now. Yes,
you're an acolyte.
Acolytes.
You're a trainee. You're not even considered an Inquisitor.
Just a couple of the lists of staffing.
So you got your hands on some staffing lists that you probably shouldn't have had?
Yes. By trickery.
By trickery, these are normally kept very secret, and it's, I guess, for those of you who might not know, the Inquisitor's job is to be discreet, and they're almost like sleeper agents and secret agents. So yeah, that's pretty bad information that just slipped into your hands.
I had to work very hard to get it, but it wasn't very much that I got. But the fact that I was able to get it was what made him interested. If I can get that, what else can I get?
That's very cool. So you're an information gatherer. Interesting. What about you, Nicodemus? What did you do that made the Inquisitor take interest?
So on my world, I was in a pretty powerful gang. They pretty much ran the show down there. I was pretty much their fixer. I solved problems as an assassin. I solved problems. And I guess the leader of our gang fucked with the Inquisitor somehow. So when the Inquisitor came down to wreak retribution, he gave up me in return for his pathetic life.
So okay. So your former gang leader, I guess he's probably still your gang leader, actually. Basically,
not anymore.
Yeah, so he kicked you out. He basically severed all ties and said, "Take him, not save me."
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like you kind of don't like that too much.
I had a pretty sweet setup there.
Okay, so you're probably not happy. Cool. And Reparo, what did you do?
Well, this is most definitely why he's interested in me. At some point, Inquisitor Regulus, Attorneys Victus, was on our ship during one of our missions, and we encountered some complications, and I sort of helped save the day with my connections to the machine spirits and the Omnisaya, and he's well aware of that.
And it was pretty extraordinary what you did. Like no normal tech priest.
Yeah, it's classified. I can't really talk
Okay.
about it. Yeah, it's classified. It's a military vessel. Like this is classified.
Nice. Okay, that's cool. What else do we got to do? Okay, so there's one more thing before we kind of get rolling is just to kind of, I guess you could almost think of this as an alignment type of mechanic, but it's the answer to the question of what would you sacrifice, or what do you hate, or what do you desire as your core, your being. Let's start with you this time, Reparo.
And he looks frozen.
There you
Sorry, what was the question?
go. What are you willing to sacrifice, or what do you hate, or what do you desire? What's your core motivation?
My core motivation, probably order and chain of command. I've pretty well been born into the whole military, so that's really all I know. I'm sort of an older guy now.
You have would you say you have a desire for order and command structures, as opposed to a hatred for, or you probably would still have a hatred for chaos and disorder?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
It's going to be interesting. Eli,
it's more of it's more of an unfamiliarity with it than a hatred,
you're
but
uneasy in non-military situations.
Exactly.
Eli, what's your motivation?
Well, see, Psykers are second-rate citizens. I disagree with that. Personally, we should be running the show. My motivation is power. After all, the Emperor is a Psyker, right?
Powerful Psyker of all time.
Well, I wasn't born yet. That's my motivation.
Just power. Cool.
Power. And I hate seeing Psykers treated badly. So I have this thing against the current order. I work with it, but it doesn't mean I like it.
Now, maybe to backtrack a bit, how do you feel about your current assignment with the Inquisitor?
I got myself here. This was the preferable choice.
Okay. Reparo, what did you think of when the Inquisitor conscripted you?
I'm honored that I'm proud that he recognized my service. He's willing to use me.
Cool. And we'll go down to Nicodemus. What is your motivation?
Like my desire?
If that's the one you chose, yeah.
I didn't know if there was a choice. I thought we had to answer like everything.
You can do all three if you want to just add
Whatever.
depth.
Let's go with. So for me, I'm trying to obtain wealth and get power. So I guess I got some debts I need to be settling, so that's why I need the wealth and the power. I'd pretty much sacrifice whatever. It doesn't really matter what I'd sacrifice. I mean, soul, who cares? We all are guilty of something, right? So I won't sacrifice flesh because that's a minute for me, self-centered. And the Inquisition to me is a means to an end. I get the satisfaction of killing people and coin to boot because that's why I was brought here. That's all I was good at. What other reason did they bring me here?
And your feelings were towards being conscripted? You're a little pissed?
Not at the Inquisition, but yeah, I'd be a little pissed.
The three pillars.
Okay, so we got a little bit of intro in our characters. So you're aboard the Black Comet. Now, you haven't actually met the other two people. Now, the Black Comet is a huge cargo vessel. It takes up towards like 10,000 crew members to operate it properly. So there's decks upon decks of crew quarters, and then the rest of it is cargo space, which think of the amount of space it takes to house 10,000 people in like kind of like military bunk type setup. And then imagine the rest of the ship is all cargo containers, holds and stuff like that, and is about 10 times as big as the cargo for the crew area. So this thing's huge. It's a standard Imperial configuration, so they have it has a kind of almost looks like it's wearing a chin guard in the front of it. And there's the bridge up in the back. You guys are near the bottom of the ship where you're staying. Like, they're not housing you up anywhere.
Okay.
Anywhere special. And you're just hanging out on the ship. Is there anything you guys want to check out on the ship?
Not me. I'd be.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'd just be sitting quietly, drinking if possible. Not many people around me. I don't socialize.
Okay. So you just hang out in your quarters and whatnot.
Check out the cargo holds.
Okay. There's nothing particularly interesting in them. They're full of huge crates. You get whiffs of foodstuffs from them, like different vegetables and stuff like that. Nothing out of the ordinary. You only get to see a bit of them before a crew member ushers you out. Says you're not supposed to be here. He's polite about it. They're not particularly trying to hide anything, but they basically don't want you to get hurt.
Well, maybe you could show me around. Take me on a tour.
Oh, I don't have time for that. I've got many things. This ship is older and it requires a lot of attention. It's best that you stay near the quarters or the mess area.
Very well. Well, I'm sure I can see myself out the way I came in. You are a busy man.
He hurries off.
I continue on.
Okay. So you continue on into the
Further.
or anything particular? Or?
I'm looking for weapons crates.
Okay. Give me a perception.
Sure. Roll 20. What am I rolling for this? It's a D10?
No, it's a D100.
Let's do D10. Roll
Roll me a D100.
1 D100. 41.
41. And what is your perception?
And my perception is a... Oh, how do we do this? Is a stat check?
Perception of 37.
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't get a degree of success because you rolled above your perception. You need to roll below.
Oh, I see.
So you just see the foodstuffs and the writing on the crates in low Gothic, basically common. Doesn't say anything but other than food.
All of it says food.
Yeah, there's a couple bigger ones full of grox meat. Nothing interesting. This goes on forever. Like a couple football fields worth of shipping
meat
containers.
You said there was multiple cargo holds, though, right?
There's a couple of them. They're all in the center kind of area of the ship, connected by just by walls. They're not very thick walls.
Uh-huh.
It's just some way to keep things separated if they want to refrigerate certain areas.
Okay. I'll go ahead to another cargo hold and let you move to somebody else.
Okay. Reparo, are you doing anything interesting?
Okay, so this ship, it's a non-military ship, right, for the most part?
Right. It's basically a cargo / transportation.
It's okay. But there is a chain of command on the ship, right?
Yes.
To some degree. Have any of the quote-unquote officers been, been introduced to us?
No, you would know that basically on the lower decks, which are generally for the petty officers and the mechanics and stuff like that. The regular crewmen, the officers wouldn't come down unless there's a problem.
Okay, I'm only asking whoever's the most in charge, quote unquote, I'd want to address and let them know that I was available to help out with any of the ship systems. I know it's an older ship, and that my services to communicate with the machine spirits are available to them if they need me. Okay,
so where do you want to head out to see if you can? You're right now. You're in the, I guess your crew quarters, the bunks, and you don't see anybody that looks like they're in charge.
Okay, then I'll sort of meander around, and I might ask around and say, I guess the nearest person, excuse me, Reparo Victus will introduce myself.
Yeah.
And who's in charge here? I have some services I can offer, and I'd like to be of assistance. Do you know who I can talk to?
So you find just a regular crewman, and he goes to shake your hand, but thinks better of it when he sees you're a tech priest and doesn't want something cut off.
Yeah.
But he just says, "Oh, you best head to the mess if you're going to see the chief. He'll be in there."
Thank you.
He doesn't give you the name. He just calls him the chief.
That's fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, do I know the layout of the ship, or am I able to?
You've seen the barracks
to find this out from the ship. Can I communicate with the ship to find out where I need to go?
You could interface with the ship. There's tech panels everywhere.
Yeah, I'll do that. That would probably be my most comfortable situation.
Okay, so you head up to a tech panel and give me a tech use.
What do I roll for that?
You're gonna roll
tech use. I'm looking at my sheet here.
Tech. You're at a 37. It's your intelligence.
Okay.
So D100.
So am I rolling a D100 again?
Yep.
Okay.
D100, you need to be below 37.
Yes.
Okay. You've got 2 degrees of success, I think, on that too. So you basically get the whole layout of the ship, and you can find anything.
Sweet.
You get the nice big map. It's a little thing that says "Ping, you are here."
Show me the way. Thank you, ship.
Yeah. The machine spirit is happy with you.
May the great Omniscience guide you.
Okay, so are you heading that way?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you follow your map and head towards and find the mess quite easily. It's kind of bustling. It's the way the ship runs. There's food kind of being served at all hours of the day. It's a 20. No, I think they're 26-hour operation.
Okay. Oh, sorry, what did you say he said that the person's name was? I accidentally erased it. Or the chief. Chief. Okay. Okay. I'll if I'm in the mess, I'll look to someone who seems to be sort of not, involved with eating and what have you, and address myself to them.
Everybody in there's.
Excuse me. Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, go ahead.
They're all eating.
Yeah, everybody's kind of chowing down. Nobody kind of stands. Actually, give me a perception. Let's see if you can see the difference.
I was gonna say if I don't see anybody who's not busy, then I'm gonna look for the nearest tech priest like looking person. Or perception would be what? 28 is my So I gotta do another D100.
Yeah.
Let's feel that.
Yeah, you do not see the chief or anybody that could be the chief.
That could be the chief. Okay. Do I see anybody that might be a tech priest or someone who I think might be who I know where the chief would be?
No, there's
maybe.
There's nobody by that kind of description. Everybody kind of looks like basic crewmen, more probably meant for like the loading and unloading of cargo. The tech priests on a ship are usually revered almost.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to interface again with the computer then and see if the computer can tell me where he is.
Okay, tech use. Give me a minus. Sorry, that's never mind.
I failed it anyway.
I was gonna because
the
roster is generally protected information. I was going to make it more difficult, but you didn't need any help.
No. All right. I'll just return to the quarters, and if someone wants to find me, they know I'm on the ship. They'll find me.
Yep. Okay. So you head back to the quarters. Shrag.
Yes.
So you're still traipsing around the cargo bay.
I've increased my interest from weaponry to also including clothing and armor.
Okay. So you're searching around for that. Give me perception.
All right. Nope.
You find mountains and mountains of Grox meat and various other foodstuffs. And you're pretty sure by this point that you're looking at food for a planet in the form of Grox meat.
Okay. This is obviously not very interesting.
Nope.
You might actually start suspecting the Groks have become extinct because of how much Groks meat there is on the ship.
Well, that's okay. All ships have an armory with guards that like to gamble. I will head there.
Okay, so you leave the cargo hold area.
Yep.
And you're heading where? You're in a kind of corridor. They all look the same.
Oh, great.
There's lights lit, kind of dim. You think you know which way your bunk is, but you entered on this level when you came in, and you really haven't left it.
Well, what I do, because of my personality, as I pull out my dice, I shake them, and I roll. With this being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you're doing a scattered die. Okay.
Yep.
Actually,
I pick them up and I go that way.
Okay. There's actually a scattered mechanic in.
Oh,
PH.
well, let's do it.
Okay. Pull it up. So if you would like to do a scatter, it's going to be a D10, I believe. So you're facing down the hall. There's halls to the left and the right of you. Where is my screen? And a 7 is back to the cargo hold behind you.
That's obviously the way out. So I go that way.
Which way do you go?
Back at where my dice said to go.
Okay, so you go back into the cargo hold, which looks strangely familiar.
And I pass past all this Grox meat, because on the other side of the Grox meat, I will find what I'm looking for, because the dice do not lie.
Okay. So once you reach the end of these crates of Grox, marked big letters Grox, and you're pretty sure. What did you just roll?
Perception.
Now you're confident that there's nothing but Grox meat in this entire ship.
But that's a success, you evil one.
He's
very
successful at finding out there's no Grox meat.
Did I reach a wall?
Yeah, you hit the. I was about to say you hit the bulkhead. Like there's a small porthole, and you can see out into space.
I touch my las cutter for a moment and think better of it.
Just as an FYI, I have rules for people being spaced.
Oh man.
I go that way.
Same direction.
Will lead me.
Not
from where I'm facing now. About face.
Basically, 6 and 7 are, if you're facing forward, they're behind you to your left.
Okay, that's the way I'm going now. The dice will lead me to my stuff.
Your Grox meat supply?
You're unremarkable, right?
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
And so what's the unremarkable?
People have trouble remembering you or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you come across your friend that you spoke to earlier. And he thinks you're somebody completely new. He says, "Excuse me, sir, you're not supposed to be in here."
Oh, my apologies. I seem to have gotten lost.
He points to the door. Says,
I was looking for the armory.
Oh, the armory is on the second level of the ship.
Could you tell me how to get there?
Oh, you can't.
Can I get to the third level of the ship directly under the armory?
No, I've never even seen above the 9th level.
Oh. What's in the 9th level?
He looks at the towering crates of Grox meat.
What's below the 9th level?
We're below the 9th level, the 10th level.
We're at
10th
the
level
bottom.
is below the 9th level.
We are the lowest of the low.
Outer space.
How do you get up past the 9th level?
How do you get
Gotta
up
fight a
past
boss.
the? Why would you want to get past the 9th level?
Because I'm lost. I don't know how I got all the way down here.
There's stairwells on the sides of the ship, and actually not stairwells. Sorry, well there would be stairwells, but there's a transporter.
Show me to the stairwell.
Okay, he says they're on both sides of the ship. You were actually really close to one.
Oh, really? Where?
He points from where you came from. There's another door by that porthole that was looking out.
Thank you so much. I will trouble you no more.
But you need to go back to the quarters. Your quarters.
Yes, upstairs. Thank you again, son.
Okay. He walks off, confused. So you
I'm
head
bored
for
of
the,
being in my room.
What's
I'll
that?
head to the. I said I'm bored of being in my room. I'll head to the mess hall or something.
Okay.
Looking for trouble.
So you're okay. So we'll go check in with Nicodemus. Well, Eli stares at his door.
I assume I pretty much know where the mess hall is because that's probably one of the only few places I've been going to the past couple months.
Yep. Basically, entrance, mess hall, and your quarters.
Yeah. So I head to the mess hall like I'm king shit or whatever.
Reparo, are you still there?
Yeah, he's like adjusting something.
Okay. No, I mean, he's
The
still in
world.
Is he still
Yeah,
in the
sorry.
mess hall?
Give me 1 sec. I'm trying to change rooms. 1 sec.
Okay. Anyway,
It's
you go
easier
there,
just to.
and you see a bunch of crewmen and a tech priest.
I just look for, like I said, I'm looking for trouble. So if anyone's like doing anything other than eating, I'm gonna be sitting.
No, they're pretty.
They're pretty normal, just eating.
I wouldn't even say normal. They're pretty run down, almost like drained. They're not a very lively bunch.
Well, these are like subservient drones, basically.
No, they're not servitors, but they work in the bottom of the ship, and they're probably a little malnourished, and they look actually a lot like our Voidborn friends here, and
Yeah.
they're kind of just drudging around. They could almost be servitors.
Malnourished with all this meat?
Do we know what goes on in the bottom of the ship? Does anything go on in the bottom of the ship?
No, no. Well,
So where do these people work?
you don't know. They just scurry around and do things, and
Well, I'll be looking for trouble in the mess hall, and
enough.
that's about it.
Bottom
And if
counting.
nothing happens, then nothing happens. And I'm just like, fucking ship. I hate this place. I hate that guy. I hate everything.
okay. So yeah, there's nothing happening in the mess.
Okay.
The only one that seems out of place is the tech priest in the robes.
Tech priest doing something weird over at the control panel.
Yeah, he's molesting a control panel.
Fondling its toggles.
Yeah. Okay. So, Shrag, you're back at your door.
Okay.
There's a card beside it, an access panel beside it. Big red light on it.
Okay.
It
Says do not push.
What does this door look like? Tell me about it.
It's it's a bulkhead door. It looks like it's made of metal. Has there's no window in it. Bolts all around it. Big, like, spinny thing to close it. And then this electronic panel beside it. that looks like it's the controls for the door.
I look around.
Behind you?
Yep, all the place.
Groxmeat.
Anyone over here?
There's any people? No.
I whip out my las cutter because I don't know the code for this door.
Okay. Into the door.
Yep.
What's your stats in that? How fast can you go through?
Not very. Let's see. I'm pulling it up. Should be right. Nope, it's gone. I keep flying past it. There we go. Las, not carbine. Las cannon. Could it be a las cannon? That'll make it faster, right?
There's no way you can wheel the las cannon.
I use my mind.
We're gonna use some psychic abilities.
Not yet. Okay.
All right. Well, you're cutting away at this door. And
Yeah.
it's not going very well. Whatever steel this is made of is pretty thick and pretty tough, and there is smoke billowing from where you're cutting. And then you hear alarms go off.
All right. I put my cutter away. And move away.
Okay. So you step behind one of the crates. Are you trying to conceal yourself?
Yes.
I believe I have a roll for that.
I'm just doing inventory of the Groxmeat.
I start shaking my dice.
Concealment is a skill, yeah.
Yeah, concealment is agility based. So yeah, you have it. Give me a D100 beat a 32.
Oh.
But wait, there's more. I see you.
Who sees me?
One of the guards that comes up. Not the guard, sorry. One of just the regular crewmen comes to investigate the. You know what? It's the same guy. You recognize the same guy,
Okay.
and he sees you.
Make my check.
The smoke.
Yeah.
Doesn't recognize you again, and
Okay.
asks, "What happened here? What are you doing here?"
I came to see if I could help the smoke.
Oh, I got to report this. You better get back to your quarters. Why are you in here anyway? Get out of here.
I followed some other guy. He said he was trying to find the stairwell.
You're like the third person I've seen in here today. Like, what is with you people?
I thought he was going somewhere neat. I don't know.
Let's get out of here. This is dangerous. You're going to have a crate of rocks meat fall on you if you're not careful.
Are you threatening me?
No, it's a dangerous place. Those industrial servitors, they're not the brightest in the fleet.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll get out of here then. Thank you.
The door's over there, he points.
I head that way.
Okay. Do you actually leave?
I go part way.
Okay. More and more guards, not guards, sorry, more and more crewmen are actually coming to investigate why the smoke alarm was going off.
I head for the other door.
And for the other, like the exit door, for the other side of the room.
The other stairwell.
Okay.
No, I'm going out. I'm going to my room. Forget it.
Just as you leave,
Okay.
you hear a warning that they're about to decompress the cargo bay to extinguish the fire.
Is that door directly behind me?
It shuts automatically. It seals.
Right behind me.
Yeah.
With all those people in there. Yes.
They have their own ways out.
Is there buttons by this door?
There's many buttons.
Just for giggles, I press one.
Tech use. Actually, you can't even use tech.
Right. I can press a button. Let me see.
You do have tech use. It's out of 15.
15. Nope.
You just hear a large, like,
I press it.
I imagine him trying to press the button, but misses the button. Whoa.
You see a security camera just kind of pan and start looking at the door. Still not doing anything.
What a cool sound. Better walk off.
The door opens and you are sucked into space.
I build the crates of Grox meat into a freaking ship.
Space Hulk made of Grox meat. Yeah. Okay, so are you heading back to your quarters?
I'm heading to the mess hall. I'm hungry.
Okay. So you head to the mess hall, and the crew members that look like they're just one step above being servitors are stuffing their faces.
Anything else interesting?
Smell. They're enjoying their Grox.
Just crew members everywhere, huh?
Yeah. You haven't seen a single officer or anybody of any kind of rank.
I get me a tray of Grox meat. Double helping. I'm going to help them clean out that cargo hold.
So you take your tray to the servitor who's dishing out the it almost looks like gruel, Grox gruel.
All right.
And he just slaps on one scoop and stands there.
Come on. Look at me, I'm wasting away.
There's just this blank look on the servitor.
So, all right. I turn, walk, go to the nearest one. Watch this. Set that down, grab another tray, walk up there.
He gives you, slops another spoon on.
I head back, dump that onto this tray. Cool, huh? What's my buddy saying?
Which buddy?
The one I've been poking over here.
Oh, he's just kind of got this like worried look on his face.
You want some?
He just shakes his head no.
Me neither. I leave.
A servitor comes behind you and takes it back and pours it back in the pot.
Where are you going with that? That was mine.
It ignores you.
It does annoy me.
Ignore.
Oh.
It annoys you.
You heading back to your quarters now?
Yep.
So everybody back in their quarters?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. So. It's exciting, isn't it? Okay, so you guys are going to go to sleep.
Yes.
Everybody sleep? Perfect.
Yep. Boring ship.
Yeah, it's a very boring ship. So you're going to sleep, but as you're asleep, you wake. Well, I don't even say you wake up, but you find yourself suddenly Well, I guess I gotta put you guys on this layer too. Oh, this is so complicated.
Well,
What in the world?
Is it properly masked out for you guys?
Yeah,
I think I see hallways.
looks like it.
Perfect. So you suddenly find yourself in, well, Shrag, you recognize this as some sort of warehouse type building with very familiar crates.
I'm like, no.
Very familiar crates. Now, on the map, you guys are down at the bottom.
Okay.
ER and N, you can figure out how that works.
Yeah.
Together we
And
got Aaron.
I'm going to describe this scene and then we're going to cut the break. But your backs are against the shipping crate. There's just darkness when you look past out. Like, almost like you can't really explain it. It's dim and you just can't see past the outer edges. Like, you know, there's shipping crates, the edges that you can't see, but when you look, like, say, off the map, for lack of a better way to describe it, it's just darkness. You don't even, there's nothing there. You don't know how you got there.
Did we wake up there?
Well, here's the thing. You don't know how you got there.
Okay.
But for some reason, that doesn't bother you.
Okay.
All right.
You also, these people, if you really think about it beside you, you don't really recognize them, but you feel like they're your friends. Or companions, at least.
Okay.
And you're hiding. You have a feeling that you're hiding from something. And there's people, you can hear people behind you on the other side of the crate. When you're, like, if you peek around the corner, you can see the two of them in front of the what appears to be a wooden desk with another 2 exclamation points behind it. And then you remember seeing when you were walking up, there was another one standing there. And we'll describe that more when we come back after the break. As soon as we get on the break.